Monday Night Football is coming, and there's one thing on the mind of every Bears fan: revenge. After what happened last season, there's no more time for excuses. This is personal. If you followed this team, if you felt the ups and downs, the heartbreaks, and the small sparks of hope, then you know exactly why this matchup against Washington means more. It's not just another primetime game. It's a statement. It's about proving that this team, this new era, is ready to fight back. The Chicago Bears are coming off their bye week, and with 15 days to regroup, recalibrate, and refocus, the expectation is clear. Show up, show out, and silence every doubt. Washington enters the week as a slight favorite, but let's be honest, these odds are more about reputation than reality. The Bears have quietly been climbing. 10th in scoring offense, 1st in third down defense, a top 5 turnover margin. This isn't the same sloppy group that opened the season. They've been taking the ball away, getting off the field on key downs, and finding just enough rhythm on offense to put points on the board. Now look, the meltdown against Detroit is still fresh. That 52-point nightmare skewed a lot of the defensive numbers, and no one's forgetting it. But take that disaster out of the equation, and you'll see a group that's been stabilizing. And more importantly, a group that knows exactly what this Monday night means. This is a gut check. This is the kind of game that defines whether a team is just surviving the season or starting to shape its identity. Washington's no joke. 8th in scoring offense, 11th in scoring defense. Solid across the board. They won't beat themselves often, but they're not without flaws. That third down offense, 29th in the league. You're not going far when you can't keep drives alive, and that's a crack in the armor the Bears need to pound. Because while Washington might be the more balanced team on paper, games aren't played on spreadsheets. They're won on effort, momentum, and moments. And the Bears have a shot to control all three, especially with key players returning. Kyler Gordon and TJ Edwards, both close to coming back. Those two add immediate impact to a defense that's already forcing turnovers at high rate. Darnell Wright is the big question mark. That elbow injury could go either way, and if he can't suit up, that changes the whole dynamic of the offensive line. But again, with extra time to heal, the Bears might finally be as close to full strength as they've been all year. Then there's the return possibilities from IR, guys like Austin Booker and Travis Homer. Booker, especially, could inject life into a pass rush that's been, frankly, invisible. The Bears have not generated consistent pressure, and in today's NFL, you don't win without disrupting the quarterback. If Booker is healthy and active, that rotation looks a lot better, even if it's still far from elite. On the other side, Washington is dealing with their own bumps and bruises. Terry McLaurin is the headliner there, nursing a quad and hip issue. He's trending in the right direction, but with a game like this, even a small step slower can change matchups dramatically. Sam Cosmi might return on the offensive line, which would be a boost for them, especially with Josh Connerly, the rookie, still adapting on the edge. But like the Bears, they'll have to wait and see who's truly ready come Monday night. Let's talk matchups. Head coach, you got to give the edge to Dan Quinn. The guy has experience, playoff pedigree, and he's led this Washington squad with real discipline. Got them to a conference championship. That stuff matters in tight games. Ben Johnson, though, he's doing a hell of a job with Chicago. No one's calling for a change there, and rightfully so. This is a young staff still molding its identity, and there's something exciting about that. Still, when it comes to the chess match, Quinn's got the edge. Quarterback, that's where it gets spicy. Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. The future of the NFC, maybe even the league, and it's hard to pick a clear winner right now. Statistically, Caleb has the better numbers, more yards, better accuracy, higher passer rating, and more touchdowns, even adjusting for games played. But Jaden's got 0 picks, a higher rushing average, and he's managing games with real poise. It's probably fair to call it even for now, but don't be surprised if one of them explodes and shifts the narrative completely. Both of these guys have that in them. But keep an eye on Jaden's knee. That brace isn't for style, and while he's been medically cleared, mobility is a huge part of his game. The Chargers didn't test it much, and he didn't run like he normally does. That's something the Bears can't ignore. Force him to move. Make him uncomfortable. That's how you find out if that brace is just precaution or if it's actually limiting him. Now, let's move to the skill positions. Running backs, receivers, tight ends. You got to lean Bears here. Washington might be more consistent on the ground, but Chicago's receiving core is deeper and more dynamic. DJ Moore, Romeo Doubs, that's a problem for any secondary, especially one like Washington's that's been struggling in coverage. Add in Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland, and if both tight ends are healthy, you've got mismatches across the field. The Bears just need to exploit them. Get DJ more involved. He's been quiet. Too quiet. That can't continue in a game this important. Offensive line is a toss-up. Darnell Wright's health is the swing factor. If he plays, the Bears probably have the edge. If not, it's probably even. Washington's line is no fortress either, but Laramie Tunsil is elite. Their interior is shaky, though, and that's where the Bears have to generate some pressure. Can Dexter or Sweat win one-on-ones inside? That could be the difference between a stalled drive and a game-changing turnover. Defensive line? Advantage Washington. The Bears just haven't shown enough. Montez Sweat hasn't lived up to his contract, Grady Jarrett's been injured, and the overall pressure rate is one of the worst in the league. Darren Payne, meanwhile, has bounced back strong for Washington, and they've got complementary pieces stepping up. It's not a dominant unit, but it's better than what Chicago's putting out there right now. Linebackers? Another edge to Washington. Bobby Wagner still makes plays, and Frankie Louvu brings a level of energy and versatility that's tough to match. Tremaine Edmonds has been up and down. Great against Dallas, underwhelming against the Raiders. TJ Edwards returning could shift that balance. But as of now, Washington's got the more stable second level. Secondary? This is where the Bears shine. Even without Jalen Johnson, this group is tight. Tariq Stevenson has stepped up. Kyler Gordon's return would be massive, and they're getting real production out of guys who weren't even on the radar 6 weeks ago. Washington's corners? They've been beatable. Marzon Lattimore looks past his prime. Trey Amos is still learning, and the safeties have been inconsistent. If the Bears want to win through the air, this is the matchup to exploit, and they have the weapons to do it. Special teams? Dead even. The Bears have been slightly better in the kicking game. Washington's been better in the return game. Don't expect a major edge here unless someone makes a mistake. You've had 2 full weeks to prepare. That's 15 days to focus on one opponent. 15 days to correct the mistakes. 15 days to build the kind of game plan that punches first. If the Bears come out flat after that, that says everything. But if they come out with urgency, with fire, with purpose, then Monday night could be the turning point. It all starts in the trenches. If the Bears want to come out of Monday night with a win, they have to hold their own at the line of scrimmage. That's non-negotiable. Last time out, against the Raiders, they got absolutely gashed on the ground. Over 200 rushing yards allowed. That's not just bad, that's embarrassing. And now they're going up against the #1 rushing offense in the NFL. Washington can rotate backs in and out, and it doesn't seem to matter. Austin Ekeler might be gone for the season, but Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt has stepped up and turned into a breakout threat. The guy runs hard, finds the hole, and doesn't go down on first contact. The Bears' front 7 has to be ready for that kind of physicality, or they're going to get steamrolled again. Chicago ranks near the bottom of the league in rushing defense. That has to change now. And it's not about completely shutting down the run game. That's probably unrealistic. But you can't give up chunk plays on first down. You can't allow 6, 7, 8 yards a carry and let Washington control the pace of the game. That's how you lose time of possession, field position, and eventually the scoreboard. If the Bears can keep the gap in rushing yard within 50, they've got a real shot. But if it's another 150-yard difference like it was against the Raiders, forget about it. That's game over before the fourth quarter even starts. But this can't just be about surviving Washington's ground game. The Bears' offense has to be more than a flash or two. They need sustained drives. They need balance. Because as much as Caleb Williams has shown flashes of brilliance this season, you can't put everything on his shoulders. Especially not against a team with a competent front 7 like Washington's. Ben Johnson has to be aggressive but smart. He's got the weapons to spread the field. DJ Moore, Romeo Doubs, Cole Kmet, and he needs to use them early and often. Get DJ more involved right away. Send a message. Remind the Commanders that their secondary is the weak link. Attack that weakness until they prove they can stop it. There's no excuse for DJ Moore to be a ghost in any quarter. Not in a game this big. Not on prime time. He's too talented. And with O'Dunn's emerging as a serious threat, Washington can't double both of them. Someone will have the matchup advantage. That has to be exploited. Whether it's short, quick throws to get into rhythm, or deep shots to stretch the field, Caleb has to take those chances. Not reckless throws, but confident ones. Controlled aggression. That's the mindset that needs to fuel this offense. And while we're on the subject of Caleb Williams, this is one of those games where you really start to see what kind of quarterback you've got. It's not about raw talent. We know he has that. It's about poise under pressure, decision-making in high-stakes moments, and how he responds to adversity in a hostile environment. If this game goes down to the wire, it's going to come down to whether Caleb can deliver that one final drive, whether he can make the right throw on 3rd and long, whether he can protect the ball when the pressure's coming. These are the situations where quarterbacks become leaders and where fans start to believe. And that belief is going to be needed because, let's be honest, Washington's defensive line is going to get pressure. They might not be elite, but they're good enough to create chaos if the Bears' offensive line isn't locked in. That's why Darnell Wright's status is so critical. If he plays and plays well, Caleb gets the time he needs. If not, the Bears are going to have to get creative with protections, rollouts, and quick reads to keep the offense from stalling out. That's where Johnson has to earn his paycheck as a play caller. Adapt on the fly. Keep the defense guessing. Don't fall into predictable patterns that let Washington tee off on your rookie quarterback. Defensively, the key is to make Jaden Daniels uncomfortable, not just physically, but mentally. Make him question what he's seeing. Show one look pre-snap and rotate into something else post-snap. Blitz him from unexpected angles. Force him to move around and test that knee. We're not talking about taking cheap shots. That's not what this is about. But this is football. It's a contact sport. If a quarterback is dealing with an injury, especially in his plant leg, you challenge that. You make him earn every yard outside the pocket. If Jaden is hesitant to run, that changes everything. That's what makes him dangerous, the dual threat element. If you can contain that, even slightly, you give your defense a chance to dictate the terms. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Hold on to your helmets, Bears fans. The rumor mill is running wild today. Sources close to the team are whispering that wide receiver Michael Thomas, one of the most dynamic offensive threats in the league, has reportedly agreed to a 3-year deal with the Chicago Bears. While nothing has been officially announced, the excitement swirling around this potential signing is already sending shockwaves through the NFL community. Michael Thomas, known for his incredible route running, sure hands, and ability to make defenders look foolish, would arrive in Chicago with superstar statuser, is under center. Bears fans, starved for high-level offensive firepower in recent seasons, are already fantasizing about highlight reels and game-changing plays that could redefine the team's offense. The timing couldn't be more tantalizing. With the Bears looking to rebuild their identity and give their quarterback a legitimate top-tier weapon, Thomas could be the missing piece that elevates the offense from inconsistent to elite. The chatter around the league suggests that if this deal is finalized, the Bears would instantly gain credibility as a team capable of making noise in the NFC. Of course, skeptics are raising eyebrows. Can Thomas replicate his career-high production in a new system? How will the Bears supporting cast handle the newfound spotlight on their offense? But for now, the buzz is undeniable. The mere possibility of Thomas donning navy and orange has fans, analysts, and rival teams alike talking. Social media is already alight with speculation, mock jerseys, and feverish debate over how soon we'll see Thomas lighting up Soldier Field. While we wait for the official confirmation, one thing is clear. If this rumor holds any truth, the Chicago Bears might be about to step onto the national stage in a way fans haven't seen in years. The NFL rumor mill is relentless, and this one, if real, could be the blockbuster story of the offseason. Michael Thomas in Chicago. Bears Nation is buzzing like never before. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.